Same with this nation. Anyone who praises and elevates the likes of Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman and Aisha, yet the law, don't think today these are our brothers, you know, they love Abu Bakr and Umar. Of course we make excuses for the mustada, for those who don't know, for those who are weak in faith. They haven't heard these stories and they haven't been verified to them. Of course we make excuses for them. We treat them with kindness. They have the rulings of Muslims. They have Hukum Islam. Their blood is protected like the blood of other Muslims, etc., etc. You know, their food is halal to eat. It's permissible for us to eat. I'm not excommunicating 1.5 billion non-Shias out of Islam. No, I'm not doing this, right?
There exists a variety of 12er Shi'i hadith texts authentically transmitted based on Shi'i hadith standards back to the Imams alayhum salam wa radiyallahu anhum ajma'een, where they are quoted explicitly calling for violence, murder, and even theft. Not only is this violence directed towards Sunnis, but it also spans to other non-12er Shia schools, sects, and minorities that have existed throughout history. 34th page of volume 37 from the enormous Shi'i Hadith encyclopedia, Bihar al-Anwar, Grand Shi'i Hadith scholar Allam al-Majlisi comments by saying, "Our books of Hadith are loaded with reports that indicate the kufr of the Zaydiyya and similar groups such as the Fathiyya and Waqifah and other misguided and heretical sects."
هذا صاحب الجواهر أمامكم الجزء 22 صفحة 62 يقول بل تواترت الكلام عمن؟ عن المخالفين أعزائي. بل تواترت يعني النصوص من لعنهم وسبهم وشتمهم وكفرهم وأنهم مجوس هذه الأمة وأشر من النصارى وأنجس من الكلاب.
Thus, it is evident that many 12er Shi'i sources, as stated by Allam al-Majlisi, quoted the Imams declaring their Muslim theological counterparts as non-Muslims. Thus, it is not a surprise for the dehumanization of other Muslims is a fundamental precedent to the normalization of violence against these communities. At-Tusi in Tahdhib al-Ahkam authentically transmits that Umar bin Yazid once asked Ja'far as-Sadiq alayhi salam wa radiyallahu anhu about giving charity to the Nawasib and Zaydis, to which the Imam responded by saying, "Do not give them any charity and do not offer them any water." Then he said, "The Zaydis are the Nawasib." This hadith is also transmitted by Al-Kashi in his book of Rijal. Thus, the renowned 12th century Shi'i jurist Yusuf al-Bahrani said, "It must be known that all sects that have sprouted out of the 12er sect from among the Shia, such as the Zaydis, Waqifis, and Fathis, have the same status as the Nawasib because renouncing a single Imam is equivalent to renouncing all of them, as stated in their reports." Other renowned Shi'i scholars have made similar statements. On page 176 of the second volume of Kashf al-Asrar, Shi'i Grand Muhaddith Na'matullah al-Jazairi expounds on the implications of some of these reports regarding the ruling of a Nasibi. He says, regarding the saliva of a Nasibi, there is no doubt that it is impure. However, there remains the issue of establishing what a Nasibi is, and most of our scholars have interpreted it as one who displays animosity towards the Ahl al-Bayt, such as most of the people of Balkh and Bukhara today. However, what is transmitted from the reports says otherwise. Al-Saduq transmits in Ilal al-Shara'i' that Abu Abdullah said, "A Nasibi is not one who displays animosity towards us, the Ahl al-Bayt, for you will not find a man who explicitly says, 'I hate Muhammad and his family.' Rather, a Nasibi is one who displays animosity towards you, knowing that you follow us and that you are from our Shia." Al-Jazairi then comments saying, "There are many other reports that reiterate this theme, and some of the later scholars have acted upon this report, and it is the more worthy opinion. Thus, most of our opponents fall under the category of Nawasib."
الناصبي المسمى عثمان الخميس.
The well-known Nasibi polemicist by the name of Khalid al-Wasabi.
You may find yourself asking, why is this even relevant? The answer to this question lies in the grave implications associated with being a Nasibi according to the 12 Imams. Various reports falsely attributed to the Imams contain explicit calls for violence against Nasibis, even calling for the murdering of Nasibis and the usurpation of their wealth. At-Tusi consecutively transmits several authentic reports based on Shi'i hadith standards back to Ja'far as-Sadiq radiyallahu anhu alayhi salam, where he is allegedly quoted saying, "Seize the wealth of a Nasibi wherever you find it, and send us 1/5 of it as khums." Some Shi'i scholars, such as Ibn Idris, who Tusi quotes at the bottom of the page, have attempted to appropriate these vile reports by arguing that Nasibi in this context refers to an enemy warrior, but that certainly is not the case. Other authentic reports, which we will list later on in this video, contextualize what is meant by the Imam. These reports are even more explicit in their calls for violence against civilians and non-combatants. Unsurprisingly, several Shi'i scholars have asserted that the murder of the theological opponents of the 12 Shi'as is justified according to the Imams, and they cited some of the reports we listed earlier. 12th century Shi'i muhaddith Ni'matullah al-Jazairi said, "We have transmitted numerous reports stating that it is permissible to kill them and usurp their wealth after excluding 1/5 of it. However, this is an era of taqiyya, and we cannot implement any of these rulings. However, Allah shall affirm it with the advent of the bearer of the sword," in reference to Al-Mahdi. In this context, Al-Jazairi cites several vile reports authentically ascribed to the Imams in Twelver literature. One of them is the report authentically transmitted by As-Sadduq in Illa al-Shara'i', where Dawood bin Firqad is quoted asking Ja'far as-Sadiq radiyallahu anhu wa alayhi salam, "What do you say regarding killing a Nasibi?" The Imam responds by saying, "His blood is halal, but I fear for you. Thus, if you are able to push a wall over onto him, or drown him in the water, so that no one can testify against you, then do it." Dawood then asks, "What do you say about his wealth?" The Imam responds by saying, "Waste it if you can."